is talking about.
What's up, family? I know you guys are tired of hearing these type of stories, so am I. But I don't think that you could ever have too much information and be too aware of such danger. It's bad out there, y'all. You gotta be very, very, very careful. Protect your loved ones, especially the females in your family. We got an 18-year-old woman in Houston who was kidnapped by a 27-year-old man who planned to take her and sell her into sex trafficking in Louisiana. Officials say it happened on December 7 around 5:06 p.m. when they responded to the 16,510 block of the North Freeway for a welfare check. The San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office was then told an 18-year-old female had been kidnapped and was being held against her will. Authorities tracked her cell phone to the 14,600 block of Walters Road, where they found her and a 16-year-old girl inside of the vehicle in a store parking lot. The suspect, identified as 27-year-old Tevin McClendon, ran from the scene, but deputies eventually caught his dusty ass. McClendon was arrested for outstanding felony warrants for aggravated assault of a family member and a parole violation warrant for evading arrest in a motor vehicle. Deputies believe McClendon kidnapped the 18-year-old at gunpoint, took her to a motel, sexually assaulted her, and planned to take her to Louisiana, where he told her he would force her to have sex for money. According to the constable's office, the victim was released to her mother after being evaluated at a local hospital. This clown faces human trafficking, kidnapping, and sexual assault charges pending an investigation. The 16-year-old was taken into custody for an outstanding warrant on a juvenile robbery case. It is not known whether she was a victim of sex trafficking also. I'm assuming she probably was, and there is also a strong possibility that she was actually working with dude. You dig what I'm saying? Because oftentimes these dudes will use a female accomplice to help them out. That's why women, you gotta be very, very careful. Not just in the streets, but when you go to these bars and you have these drinks and these women seem so nice and they meet you, you let your guards down because you're expecting a dude to come on to you, and you expect the dude to have an ulterior motive. But you tend to trust women, and oftentimes that's how women find themselves waking up in a dark room, naked, or in various stages of undress, being assaulted. So you got to be very, very careful with women. If you have a drink, you make sure you follow your drink from the time it's ordered to the time it's in your hand. And when you are finished with that drink, you are finished with it. You go to the bathroom, you take it with you, or you leave it there. But once you take your eyes off your drink, you are finished with your drink. That should be a rule for everybody, not just women. Men also, because men get caught up like this also, all the time. Once you take your eye off your drink, you are finished with that drink. These bartenders, they can't be trusted either. They often work in cahoots with sex traffickers. Be very, very careful. I'll say it again. I know some of you women feel like you can protect yourself. Hell, I feel like I can protect myself. But there's certain things that I just don't do. I don't stop to get gas at midnight or even after dark. I don't stop to get gas at 2 o'clock a.m., 4 o'clock a.m., 11 p.m., 10 p.m. I don't do it because of the low visibility. Most crimes happen at night, although this one happened in broad daylight. I mean, they're getting very brave these days. I mean, daring They'll come at you at noon. It doesn't matter. But especially at night, you got to have your guards up. But you got to have those guards up all the time because these savages are out here and they don't care nothing about your life. They don't care nothing about your loved ones missing you, being heartbroken. They don't care nothing about your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your children. They care nothing about anybody. They don't even give a damn about themselves. They don't even care about their own mother and fathers and children. So you know some of these savages, they don't give a damn about you. So you got one life to live. Don't take it for granted. Don't gamble with your life. All they have to be right is one time. You have to be right 1,000% of the time. You have to be right every single time. These predators, all they have to be right is one time. They only have to be right one time, and your life is forever changed. Protect yourself, and if possible, get yourself a firearm. Strap up, because that would be a major surprise for some of these dudes who see women and look at them as weak and run up on them. Boy, just imagine. They see a woman thinking she's just helpless, run up on her and grab her. All of a sudden she come out, boop, 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 putting them in their ass. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, man, boy, I wish I could see it, man. I wish I could be there when it happened. I've heard of a few cases like that did happen where mothers had to defend themselves, or women had to defend themselves, or mothers had to defend themselves and their children against carjackers and robbers. And they just come out busting. Woo, man, I would love to see that. I would love to be an eyewitness to something like that. Yeah, tear that ass up. Let people be, man. Live and let live. And at the end of the day, it ain't even worth it no way. Because once you get caught up, it's pretty much a wrap for you. These dudes that are sexual predators, that are kidnapping women and children and selling them into slavery, sex slavery, they need to get that treatment. They need to get that work. They get caught up once they go to jail, they need to get that work. And when they get out and the word get out on them on the streets, man, you got to get rid of them because they don't change their behavior. People like that, they savages, man. They can't be saved. They don't need to be in your community. You got to get them out. I don't give a damn if it's your cousin, your brother, whoever it is. They got to go. Kevin McClinton, for kidnapping and sexually assaulting that girl, trying to destroy her life, and all of the lives in the past that we know you have destroyed. Your mama should be embarrassed and your daddy should have pulled out. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?